One addiction gets you arrested. The other one makes you fat and depressed. And this isn't judgment on others. This is lived experience. A little over 4 years ago, I started my journey. I'm recovering from alcohol and weight loss. Down 130 pounds. A little over 4 years sobriety. So this isn't theory, it's lived. And I'll tell you one thing I learned back then was I learned that it wasn't about the food or the alcohol. It was about that something was missing inside of me. There was a void I was trying to fill. It was about the dopamine. Alcohol almost destroyed my life externally. Consequences, risk, relationships. Food was destroying me internally, quietly. When I put the bottle down, something surprising happened. I didn't feel weaker. I felt clearer, if that makes sense. Yeah, the cravings showed up. The urges were loud. But for the first time, I could see them, and I didn't have to obey them. That's when I realized freedom doesn't start when cravings disappear. It starts when you stop letting them decide. And that's hopeful. Because it means, you don't have to be perfect. It means that you're human. You just have to be present. I started this journey too by a lot of self-reflection, truth, having the will to change, having the will to change direction, having the will to constantly look at myself, look at things that were undealt with. Alcohol and junk food, overeating, they all gave me the same relief, same high. Numbing, escape, temporary self-confidence. I also started educating myself. Started looking like I was putting into my body the foods at these grocery stores, food in the food aisles, the additives, the ingredients. Started research ingredients, and I found, these ingredients are addictive. They keep you coming back for more. They're engineered that way. That's when responsibility started, being responsible for myself. This isn't blaming anyone, grocery stores, what I was eating. It was blaming me for not educating myself. And so that's when I started. I started learning things about intermittent fasting, carnivore, eating whole foods, cutting out sugar completely, which is hard because it's almost in everything. And it's in everything for a reason. If you look at these foods, they're not there to keep you healthy. And looking at it that way has changed my life, because knowledge is power, awareness is power, uncomfortable truth, externally, internally, is power. really is. Another thing too, when I drank a lot, which I did, I struggled for probably 15, 20 years with alcohol. I've been an alcoholic for a long time. Thank God I'm recovered and recovering right now. But, when I drank, people worried. They commented. When I got obese, ate too much, no one said a word. Because food addiction doesn't look dangerous until you're living inside it. At my heaviest, I just didn't lose my health, which I did. I lost trust in myself, avoiding mirrors, avoiding pictures, avoiding life. Quitting alcohol, nah, not quitting. I had to change. I don't believe you quit anything. You recover, you change. When I started recovering, it gave me clarity. Fixing the food gave me confidence. Didn't make me a new person. It uncovered the real person, the true self, which is what no one really tells you. You honestly become your true self, and it's a true gift. None of this was willpower either. I tried willpower, the structure, like I said before, willing to change, willingness to reflect on yourself, to look at yourself. Food, alcohol, same loop, same dopamine loop, same prison, same keys. Willpower, diets, that's all bull. Diets just have you eating all the time, raising your insulin, keep you going in circles, keep you going in loops. And as for willpower, willpower works for a while, but it's a short battery span. That's what it is. It's a battery, little power in it. Same with motivation. When you start filling these voids that you had inside you start filling them with new things, new relationships, getting smarter, educating yourself, finances. Could be anything. Could be the new job you want. Could be a promotion at work. Could be a new outfit you want to wear. Could be the mirror that you want to look in. That's freedom. Not everyone either hits a dramatic bottom, but the trajectory is always downwards, always. None of this is moral either, or weakness. It's mechanical, and it's part of the human condition, I believe. We're all human, and we're all recovering from something. We're trying to get over something. And if you're not, then you're extremely lucky. Because I believe a lot of people are. An alcoholic is someone who uses alcohol as a solution, not a choice. Maybe not every day, but consistently. Wasn't every day for me for a long time. It's weekends. Every other day, weekends, take a week off, drink beer one week, drink wine, drink liquor, drink beer only. It's all bullshit. was my off switch. It was the relief valve, the reward, the coping system. But it's not a life sentence. It doesn't make you broken. There is a way out. And alcoholism doesn't start with chaos either. It starts with the body, then it goes to the mind. Maybe weight gain, depression, high blood pressure. Including myself, I used to blame, and people blame stress, age, genetics. Yeah, genetics is real, of course it is, but it's also a code word for it's a code word for learned behavior, bad habits, having zero discipline. You know the excuses. I had them all. My alcoholism, today I call it a gift, because it's been a gift. Not because suffering is good either, and it wasn't. It was awful. Because self-awareness, emotional intelligence is priceless. Helping others is priceless. Walking down the path you've always wanted to walk is priceless. Being your true self is priceless. Want to live your most every day is priceless. That's why I call it a gift. You know, not everyone's rock bottom is the same. My rock bottom ended up in the ICU. Obese. I felt useless. There is a way out, you know. There really is. The most dangerous addiction is the one you're living in. The most dangerous addiction, no matter what people tell you, isn't this addiction or that addiction. It's the one you're living in. It's the one that's killing you. But there is a way out. The prison I built for myself, little did I know there was a door to it, and I had the key. Sounds corny, but I'm telling you, that's what I did. I built a prison for myself. My world came very small. Now my world seems very big. Food addiction, alcoholism, different addictions, same loop, same circles, same void you have to fill. God bless.